Hey y'all, and welcome to the 7th edition of Teaching Tuesday. Today what we're going to do is go over how to do a kind of chord solo on the blues, the kind of shout chorus style a la Wes Montgomery, Barney Kessel, Kenny Burrell, which is actually kind of reminiscent of more of like a bassy big band shout chorus sort of thing, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. As always, I'm going to play it first, and then I'll kind of dissect it later. So without any further ado, also I'm going to be playing it with my thumb, so it's a little bit of a warmer, less harsh sound. So just that's just a little fair warning there. But yeah, here we go. All right, there we go. So let's sort that out. So I started out with a little octave on the B flat there on the root, and then we go, which is a very kind of bassy sort of thing. We're just using our really standard kind of B flat 9 chord right there. And then we do another octave, and then these notes are just regular run-of-the-mill meat and potatoes diminished chord right here. We just move that shape in 3 different places, and that's kind of like a neat little trick. You'll notice that when a lot of these guys are playing these chord solos, it sounds like a million chords are happening at once, and like, how could they play all those chords and figure that all out? But there's a lot of little tricks and a little kind of shortcuts that you can use to make it sound like you're doing some crazy things. But so that's something that is a little trick. You can just take that diminished shape and move it in a couple different places. In this case, we're kind of like moving it within the blues scale, right? So right, okay, and then we go to our kind of standard B flat 13 chord. Without the root at the bottom, we have the root at the top, and then we go. So what that is, we have our B flat 13, then we have, this is a little bit more advanced of a chord, but we have like basically like a B 13, or however you want to look at it. It's kind of like this sort of shape. So, you know, an E flat or an E flat half diminished, or whatever you want to look at it at, but it's this chord, you can kind of see. And then we have our very standard B flat 9 chord without the root, so it's kind of the same shape as a D half diminished. So we have, and that's very Wes-ish. And then this again is very Wes-ish. We have we have an F minor 11. Going to a B flat flat 13 or sharp 5, so right, and then this is gonna get a little bit low and muddy here, but it's okay because we're gonna bring it back up. So we have on the E flat on the 4 chord, we have again our very standard E flat 9 chord, and then we're gonna play kind of our cowboy chord, our E flat 7 chord, but we're gonna take out the 5th, so we just have those 3 notes. So we go. And then we have our E flat 13, which is the same voicing as this chord, but we're moving it down the octave. It's a little less common there. So we have, and then this is kind of a B flat minor 6, but we're thinking of it as just like an E flat 7 with the 5th in the bass. So that whole phrase again. Right, and then we go back to our little diminished thing that we did at the top. So, and then back to our B flat 13, and then we have a little trick here. Right, so that's not like, this is kind of a double stop or triple stop. We got 4th, sharp 4, 5th with sandwiched in between the 2 roots here. And then we have another little diminished thing. So we have, we're going to start on a B flat diminished, which is kind of just a passing chord that leads us to our B diminished. And these are just all parallel. Right? So we're just going straight up the diminished scale, and we're using these diminished chords. We're using the exact parallel shape, and in this one, I'm leaving out that fourth string, which is I like the sound a little bit better. And then we got a standard C minor 7, and then we're gonna have a passing G7 sharp 9 here. Then kind of our minor 9 inversion here. It's like that chord, right? Very standard chord, but we're just taking out the root. Then our C minor 11. I'm sure a lot of you know that chord. And then back to the C minor 9. And then here's a little trick here. So that's all over the 2/5. So we got. And then to resolve it, we're not going to actually play like an F altered chord or something like that, because this gives us a bit of a bluesier sound, what we're going to do here. So we have basically another F sus here, right? And then we're going to actually go diminished, and then to our E flat. Or sorry, back to our root, our B flat. So we got that last phrase again, we go. Right? And then this is very Barney Kessel. He does this in probably a bunch of situations, but I know it from a song called Be Deedle Dee Doo from the Pole Winners album. And he's just going to take that diminished chord from starting with the melody on the flat 7th. Right? And then we ended with a big B flat 13 with the 13 in the melody there, the G in the melody. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found that helpful. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if I missed anything, if anything was too fast. I know some of you mentioned you'd like a PDF in the future. We're working on it. We're getting there. We're starting small, and we're gonna baby steps. But yeah, let me know of any ideas, any other topics you want me to cover in the future. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Tuesday.